Hey guys, it's Marley. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, this is Wheel of Mirrors. What will the Wheel of Mirrors reveal to you today? Alright, hey guys. Sorry I'm looking a little busted, but you know, I have this is what skin looks like, y'all. This is what skin looks like. This is what teeth look like. No whitening, no nothing. No veneers. Although I used to want veneers. Maybe one day I will. What does that have to do with anything, Marley? Anyways, you could be thinking about getting veneers for some reason or have veneers. Yeah, so as y'all can tell from the title, this is going to be a Muse reading. And this is for Delicate. Screenshot, personal use only. Alright, so put a little Florida water around. Hopefully I don't set myself on fire because I'm about to light the Palo Santo and it's on my hands. I don't know why I've always put the Florida water on my hands, but I don't know. Sometimes I really feel called to. So let's go ahead and get into this. All right, being asked to start with these. They go really well with the Delicate. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Please pray for discernment about these messages. Something feels like a very delicate situation. There's a delicate situation at hand. So someone may be saying this to you or you're saying it to somebody. This world is heaven on earth. In the new millennium of the Aquarian age, we are learning to go within to find our Savior. We are the power we are looking for. Each one of us is totally linked with the universe and with life. Possibly that's one of the messages that you're here to share with the world. If you relate to the term, like the purpose of a messenger. And I feel like that's a delicate situation for people. Like, whether they're religious or non-religious or non-spiritual, that can be a delicate subject for people. I'm lighting the Palo Santo, trying not to catch myself on fire. A lot of black smoke was coming out of that, and now there's white smoke coming out. So a transmutation of energy. All right. Let's go ahead and pull another one. Feeling a lot of heaviness in my chest. I don't know if that's just me personally, because I do have that issue. But I feel like I was called to mention it. Because I've been feeling it, and I was almost mentioned it, and then they were like, then I didn't, and then they were like, go ahead and mention it. I allow others to be themselves. I do not try to heal my friends. I do my own mental work and heal myself. This is the best thing I can do for others. Yeah, so perhaps if somebody's not getting what you're saying in the way that you mean it, show by example. Stop trying to tell them, show them. And not for their purpose, but for your purpose. Because ultimately this is for God, the universe, for the world. It's not for that specific person. But the best way they can learn from you is from you showing through your experience. Not you taking it to them and showing it to them, but they look for you. I am at peace. I relax and enjoy life. I know that whatever I need to know is revealed to me in the perfect time and space sequence. I bless my family with love. If I want love and acceptance from my family, then I must have love and acceptance for them. Okay, so this could definitely be in regards to your family. Let's go in with another saying the angels. So these are angels from all religions. I don't even know if I actually was able to finish them. Sorry, they're a little bit dusty, so if you see the dust flying around, I'm sorry about that. Alright. Why did I know some of you were gonna come out with some fuck shit? This is a lot of y'all. I don't really want to take all of you. I don't want to take all of you. I'm putting y'all back. Yeah, perhaps you really want to share something with your family or people that you love, but it's too delicate for them. They're not ready. So you change your mind and put it back. Angels of punishment keep coming up. But, all right, Gabriel is here. Thank you, Gabriel. Mihael. According to the Kabbalah, or the Kabbalah, please correct me if I'm wrong. Mihael is the angel of fertility and fidelity. He belongs to the choir of the virtues and is guardian angel to people born between November 18th and 22nd. Mihael can be invoked for happiness and to ensure loyalty and faithfulness. Gabriel also deals with, well, Gabriel toots the horn. He's on the judgment card, waking you up. Tagriel. Tagriel is said to be one of the chief guards in the second or seventh heaven. He is also one of the 28 angels who govern the mansions of the moon. Tagriel is responsible for Alfarg, the 26th mansion. In his role, he destroys prisons and other buildings and ensures the health of prisoners. Okay, if this is in regards to ice, thank you. Thank you, God, and thank you, Tagriel. Jagriel. Is it Tagriel or Jagriel? Jagriel. Alright. Destroys prisons and other buildings and ensures the health of prisoners. Okay, that could be happening right now. Somewhere out there, prisons or buildings, or wherever people are being held prisoner, are being destroyed in some way, shape, or form. And well, I feel like the heat, the fumes from the fire are like gravitating towards my hand. So like my hand has the alcohol from the Florida water in it. So I need to keep my hand away from there. But yeah, it's like that could even happen where something, like it's because of this angel, but there could be a seemingly accident where like a guard like gets close to something and for some reason it has a chemical reaction and like blows up. I don't know, and it frees the prisoners. Rachmiel. Rachmiel is one of the angels of mercy. He is also sometimes invoked for help during childbirth. Good to know. Here I've been holding up the cards this whole time, and you can't even see it when it's that close. So you might not be able to see God's mercy, but it's there. Akrazel, herald of God. In Jewish lore, Akrazel is the angel who delivers God's pronouncements and passes it on important messages. There goes the messenger again. It was Akrazel who, for instance, told Moses that his prayer as king for a longer time on earth would not be granted. Okay, so for those of you that have prayed for something specific, and again, pray for discernment about this, because, you know, it may not be for you, but it'd be something that you know that you've prayed for, and you would already know that God has said no to this. It might not even be fully a no, but not right now, or not in the way that you've asked for it. And there's a protective reasoning for that. It could be because Libra's guardian angel, so you could be a Libra. So September 24th to 28th is Nil. September 29th to October 3rd is Hamaya, which is October 1st. So Hamaya, shout out you. October 4th through 8th is Rehel. October 9th through 13th is Ihazel. October 14th through 18th is Hahayel. October 19th through 23 is Michael. All right. Ariamen is a Yazata angel in Zoroastrianism who is responsible for healing and friendship. There goes healing and friendship again. So there's something about a friendship. It doesn't have to be a current friend. It could be a past friend. Because in healing's in there, so Amnidiel is one of the 28 angels who govern the mansions of the moon. Amnidiel is responsible for Al-Naza, the 8th mansion. Amnidiel helps create friendship, love, and happy times for travelers. He also repels mice and imprisons captives. So there we got like two different, an angel that protects prisoners and an angel that imprisons people. So I feel like there's that's significant of the angel that is protecting prisoners that shouldn't be in jail, that are prisoned for wrong reasons, or even just have like an exceeding amountly long prison sentence, and then one that imprisons captives. So it takes the bad ones. So Tagriel, to drill. Stay with me, please. If y'all have the patience, stay with me. I'm kind of like, what's taking so long? ADHD, autism, OCD, complex PTSD. So I have to combat all of those at once. And then also try to make sense of the downloads I'm getting. Give me a second. All right, so yeah, one takes the good ones out or protects the good ones, and then one sends in and imprisons the ones that need to be imprisoned. Artivio is one of the 28 angels who govern the mansions of the moon. Ardifil is in charge of Algeliochi, I also am dyslexic, so, and I was horrible at English, so please be patient with me. The 10th mansion. In this role, he strengthens buildings, promotes promotes love and good feelings, and helps oppose enemies. Strengthens buildings, where Tagtrio demolishes buildings. Promotes love and good feelings, helps oppose enemies. Yeah, there's a lot of protection here and a lot of divine justice going on. That's what I'm getting, the justice with something. And I do feel like this is more collectively. And this is a general reading anyways, but I'm feeling like a more global scale on this. We're going into the Archio. These are so hard to shuffle. Healer. Wow. So you could be a healer. That could be why all these angels of healing are coming out. And no, healers aren't always sugar. Sugar, he gets so fly. Sugar, he gets so fly. I was gonna say something like, oh, bubblegum and rainbows, something like that. Gumdrops and rainbows. I forgot what the saying is. Awakener. There's Gabriel. Awakener. Perhaps you're just awakening to this, or you're really starting to tap into it. You're really starting to accept it. Oh, some of you are sirens. Let me get the titties out the way, because YouTube being a tizzy. But she's squirting out like I heard acid. Acid from the titties. Thinking you gonna get milk, you getting acid, and now your jaw on the floor. Yeah, the people don't know who they're messing with. Grace. Divine grace, but you do it with grace. You don't do it with malice or ill intent. You don't do it for no reason. Poet. Possibly you do it with your words. You draw people in with your words. The way you write gets people to listen. Wanderer, but it landed reverse, and it landed reverse on the tarot. There's somewhere you haven't wandered to yet. Whether you're, trickster reversed. You think it's a trick. You think something's a trick. Maybe you think tarot's a trick. But something not a trick. And it takes through personal experience with something to really discern that. Fatalist, reversed. So this is an upright. Possibly you have been a fatalist. And I don't know if I'm getting the energy of the true meaning of fatalist from this. I'm more so getting that you used to have this lust for death, like this desire to die, like, and it might not have even been conscious as I want to die, but more so I don't want to live, or I decide not to live. I decide to escape through these certain things, whether it's drugs or TV, food, whatever it is, porn, whatever it is. You don't have that desire to not live anymore. You're no longer putting yourself, or you don't want to put yourselves in fatal situations anymore. Demon on the bottom. Yeah, you didn't know that how close you were. How close you were. All right, let's get into tarot. I kept wanting to pick Oracle for some reason. Okay, I'm going to do the Butterfly Oracle first, they said, and then I'll get into tarot. All right, delicate, windfall. This windfall is being delicately placed. And I don't know about you, but when I think of windfall, I think of something fast, in abundance, something that is overflowing. It's a heap of wealth. But for this, delicately, I'm thinking more this windfall is something slow. Possibly even something that happens over time. Oh my, wow. What was that? All right, okay, excuse me. Oh. Bro, first off, that was the chair. Second off, why did I grab a receipt? Oh, excuse me. New exercise program. As hard as it was for me to get down there and get back up, yeah, there needs to be something done. And I've had the desire, but I feel as though for me too, you know, I have major depressive disorder. So there hasn't been ever a time in my life where I remember not being depressed. Like, I've always struggled with depression, and I finally got diagnosed last year, or 2 years ago, I forgot. But there's been a lot of ways that I haven't lived, that I've held myself back from living because of fear, of accepting that I'm a failure. Just reiterating that narrative to myself, which does nothing good for me, nothing good for my family, nothing good for my son, nothing good for the world. Definitely not anything good for God. And what I do for other people is what I do for God. So if I'm not doing that for other people, I'm not doing good for other people because I'm not living, because I refuse to live. I refuse to leave my house due to fear. Then fear is my God. And so I don't know why I'm bringing that up from new exercise program, but I do feel like it has to do with health. You are stronger than you know. These are actually the butterflies that me and my son saw today. And I just realized they're all the butterfly that we saw today. That's the back of the wings. This is the other side of the wings. I said, come to me. And it came, it started flying to me, and it almost landed on me, and then it flew. And my son did the same thing. He said, come to me. And it did the same thing. It came towards him, and then it went. Realizations and epiphanies. That makes me think of this. All right, so let's get into tarot. So we're going to go into the Hieronymus Bosch. the Dreamer on the bottom of the deck. So your dreams could be very significant right now, so please pay attention. Alright, so out first is King of Birds. Purification, work, unending activity. That you're working to purify yourself. There are birds flying out of his butt. How interesting. And they're going in there, which is some sort of egg. It's like something he's birthing, but it's also something he's shitting out. Very interesting. This definitely, I feel like, has to do with parts of yourself and narratives. Narratives that you've been told, that you've been retelling yourself. Sin of gluttony, reversed. Yeah, okay, this could definitely be about food in your health. Trigger warning, you could have grown up or have struggled with an eating disorder, or could be. Binge eating. That has been a struggle of mine as well. And I never knew it was an eating disorder. I never knew. That definitely has played a factor because of my depression. Because of what I've been fed about myself. Because of what I've observed from society over beauty standards and what is attractive. Even looking at myself now, I'm like thinking about all the things I don't like about myself right now. And like, it's not about my appearance. I'm not here for my appearance. My appearance plays a factor, but it ultimately, if you're truly here for spiritual guidance, you are not here for how I look. You don't give a fuck about how I look. And here I want to put on some more lip gloss because the top lip is more glossy and it's pissing me off. Again, this is like, I wanted to say a 50-year-old freaking Dior lip thing. No, it's not 50 years old. It's like 12. Gross. But I haven't thrown it out because it still like smells and tastes the same as it did when I first got it. So that's the only reason. Anyway, sin of gluttony. Food, eating, consumption, cooking. I'm no longer hoarding to myself. Possibly you've been in like a doomsday prepper in the past. And it might not have been to that total extreme, but of stocking up on so much that now you're overwhelmed by it. Or even if it's fully organized, you could just realize how, you know, other people don't have food at all. And I could share this with them. I could give this to them. This is what God would want me to do. You know, if I was in that position, how would I want to be treated? I would want my neighbor who has plenty and more than enough to selflessly help me out. So, you know, do unto others what you would want done to you. Ace of Coins, financial success, riches, and wealth. Yeah, because what you give out will come back to you tenfold. So if you're giving zilch and you're just taking, everything will be taken from you tenfold. So if you feel like things just keep being taken from you, it's because you're not giving. Baron of Coins, wasting money, loss of money, sham charity. Yeah. Some of y'all are really used to losing money and wasting it. Possibly you didn't have a good role model for what financially responsible looks like. I'm seeing a rosary and a key. If you're giving to a church, make sure that you use discernment and you pray about it and you ask if God, if this is the right church to give to, or this is the right thing to donate to, like if it's a certain project or something that the church is running, running a fundraiser for. Really pray about discernment and pay attention to what they say, how the energy feels, like the light, the candle just flickered and then stood still. Confirmation. Like, pay attention to how they act. Do they try to use manipulative tactics to try to get people to donate? Do they say it's your duty? Do they, use scripture to enforce or motivate or manipulate people to donate? Or do they leave it open? They leave it open and just say, hey, this is why we're doing this. This is, this is important. If you would like to donate, here's how you can donate, and leave it at that. Like, another butt. Let me cover the butt. The coins are going in the butt because it's reversed. I'm hearing 2 songs. One, I hope YouTube doesn't freaking flag me for this, but I mean, they shadow ban me anyway, so why would they care? Anyways. Sorry, also Choo Choo Soul from Disney Channel is stuck in my head because I was listening to that with my son in the car. Okay, give me the other songs, please. All right. What in the butt? I said what in the butt? You want to do in my butt? In my butt? You want to do in my butt? And then the other one is, I think it's Fleece, the band. I could be wrong about that. Them doing a cover or like a rendition of like what an alt J song sounds like. This is on YouTube. Just type in what an alt J song sounds like, and they do like a loop of it. They go, put it up, put it up, put it up, put it up, put it in my butt, put it up, put it up, put it in my butt, and the butt. Can you put it right now? If you want to put it in my butt, I don't want to put it in my mind. Can you put it right now? So lack of financial experience, poor spending habits. So you're starting to learn how to, and I'm looking up at Elijah in a cave, and the crow bringing a piece of bread to him, but it's the shape of the Eucharist, and it's the shape of this. So it makes me think of a coin, but it's like, it's wealth. It doesn't have to necessarily be just money, but it's like you're learning to savor in a responsible way, in a way that truly benefits your spirit and those around you. You're learning to save your resources. Page of books, reading, learning, exploration, a new job. It was reversed. Perhaps you're looking for a new job. Perhaps that's why you want to save. You really don't have time to read and learn right now. You're just looking for something that you can be taught and immediately start with. Any more from here? Page of Skates, disappointment, failed attempt, struggle. Yeah, you could be really struggling right now. It's like, don't give up. If you don't get a new job, it doesn't mean that you can't start saving. You could just start saving a little bit at a time, like $5 every time you get your paycheck, or $10, or whatever it is. Whatever makes, like, is comfortable. Like, yes, it's our egos that want to see more digits in the realms of saving. And if we can't do that right off the bat sometimes, we just say, oh, well, then I don't have any money to save. I can't save up until I get this new job, until I get this type of income. Then I can start saving. And it's like, I understand it, but it's like also like, I feel like that also leads to disappointment, because you just feel like you're being blocked. And it's like, in ways you're blocking yourself. So the more that you save, even when you don't have it, the better off you'll be in the future. All right, let's go in with these. This is pretty long. These are the zodiacs. I will. Exactly, I will. You will do it. Commit to yourself. Pluto. You could have Pluto in Leo. Pluto is all about destruction and transformation. Neptunus. Neptunus is about, wanted to say expansion, but I think more Jupiter is expansion, but I often correlate the two. I don't know why. There's an emotional power of Neptunus. So yeah, Neptune and Leo. It could be transiting somewhere in your chart. Luna, the moon. So something with the moon as well. You could have moon and Leo as well. And Libra coming out. We had Libra's guardian angels coming out in the beginning. I balance. And that's right after I will. 9, 10. Balance. I balance. I will. I balance. Yeah, it's a balancing act. All right. Lastly, we'll get some birds closing out. Can't have a train, don't have a ticket, gotta run a ticket for the bullet train. At a Japanese station. That's by Choo Choo Soul, if you recognize that. Alright, wax wings. Kind of looks like a cardinal. Gentle and courteous, polite, social butterfly, sure of self. Put yourself out there. I feel like you're more likable than you think you are. Rook, defense. Chases off thieves. Belief systems, politics, weather forecasting. Bullfinch, tranquility, dignity, friendliness. Yeah, perhaps you, because you could be quite defensive, but I feel like you call out bullshit based on your belief system. Or even if it's not bullshit, like you are able to, sorry if you can hear the utensils in the background in the kitchen, but I'm hearing you're politically friendly. So you could be like into politics, but you're very dignified and you have a tranquil energy about you, and I feel like that is very rare for politicians. Again, you don't have to be a politician, but you could just be interested in that field. I'm hearing possibly you even interview politicians. And you're gentle and courteous and polite. And that's the people like that about you. Hypnotic song, awakens psychic mind, uses voice for healing purposes. Rhiannon. Yeah, you're you're the witch of politics. Anyone you meet, no matter who they are, like you make them think, whether good thoughts or bad thoughts. It's transformative. It doesn't matter who. Again, like, that goes back to the beginning of the story. Like, whatever you're trying to, like, enlighten somebody, like, with the truth, like, just show them by the work you do. Like, they will see, like, how you change the community. Incoming message, yeah. How people respond to you by, you know, feisty, annoying, mate for life, jackdaw. Interesting. Could even be a partner. Strength, power, courage, joy, caution, friendliness, compassion. A lot of friendliness here. So inner circles, outer circles, networking. Could be something going on in your 11th house. Interesting. They are so loud. What you doing? Making tacos. Okay. Anyways. I feel like that's the feistiness of the jackdaw. Something annoys you, but you're being told to be cautious with that. Lead with your friendliness. Lead with your compassion. Try to meet people where they are. Not necessarily steep down to their negative attitude, but meet them with compassion at the level that they are. So, yeah. God bless y'all. Peace.